Do not reach for that gun.
I'm not reaching.
Step out. Step out.
Can I move my?
It's fine. Step out. Turn and face the car. Turn and face the car. Just cuff him up.
No reason to have drawn guns on us. And no matter how prepared you are, no matter how calm you are, if you run into a rogue police officer.
The bright lights of Omaha were shining as Crawford's celebration suddenly took a shocking turn. Newly surfaced footage shows the boxing champion caught in an unexpected confrontation with no easy way to escape.
Step out. Step out. Step out.
I got the seatbelt on.
Step out.
I got the seatbelt.
Okay, pop it off.
You
Step
put
out.
the gun at me.
Yeah, step out. Undo your seatbelt and step out.
Okay, so I'm stepping out.
Yep, I'm watching you. Seatbelt, step out.
Police stopped the vehicle during a routine traffic check, which quickly became tense. Officers found firearms inside during the search, but later confirmed that the weapons were legally owned.
The police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally have my hands on top of the ceiling. And
The legal case was eventually settled in court after the evidence and details were reviewed. The court focused on the traffic violations and ultimately found the individual guilty of careless driving.
And my heart sank, to be quite honest.
Earlier this afternoon, we caught up with Mayor Ewing and asked him to share his thoughts.
I was heartbroken that something that was so good would then have an issue that would potentially have people concerned about police-community relations.
Mayor Ewing says he called and talked to Bud following the incident and offered him this.
Most important thing I think that Bud and I talked about is that we would have a thorough investigation and that we would be completely transparent.
The case ended after a fine was paid, which brought the legal process to a close. The incident remains a separate part of his story and does not define the major achievements and important moments of his career.
$124, which includes a $75 fee and $49 in court costs. He did not testify during the trial. The charge stems from a traffic stop from last September, hours after a parade honoring the boxer after his win over Canelo Alvarez. During the stop, officers ordered Crawford and 3 others out of the vehicle at gunpoint after saying they did not.
While Crawford's own case has been resolved, the head of security and several passengers still have a federal lawsuit against Omaha over alleged civil rights violations during the traffic stop. Before the incident, Crawford had been celebrating his historic win over Canelo Alvarez with those closest to him and reflecting proudly on what he had achieved for himself and his hometown. During his victory parade speech, Crawford thanked supporters around the world for standing by him throughout his career. He said he had seen their loyalty firsthand and stressed that true fans stay with you even during the toughest moments.
I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community, and I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody because today you see us.
As Omaha celebrated Crawford's boxing success, the city honored him with a special championship belt during the parade. The tribute recognized his achievements in the ring and the pride he has brought to his hometown.
Now, in recognition of Bud being the 3-time world champion, the city of Omaha has a special belt to commemorate that.
Bud said Omaha had stood behind him throughout his entire career and that he deeply appreciated that support. He added that giving back to the city meant a lot to him and that representing Omaha while bringing home major victories has always been one of his proudest achievements.
In my state, Omaha, because when you look at all these other states and stuff like that, they say, oh, well, I'm from New York, well, I'm from Texas, I'm from Chicago, I'm from Omaha. You know, so I'm gonna rep my city just like everybody around the world rep their city. So, you know, I love that Omaha is supporting me, and I, you know, love them, you know, and we support.
Shakur Stevenson also joined Crawford's victory parade and praised him as one of boxing's best fighters. He highlighted Crawford's impressive performance and said the advice and lessons he is learning from him will be valuable for his own future success.
I feel as though it's going to take me farther in life, and I feel like for the next generation and the kids that's coming up behind us to understand. It's one word that I've been thinking about when I wanted to speak about Bud. It's integrity. I feel like integrity is a strong word. I feel like it's bigger than money, it's bigger than fame, man. I feel like Bud Crawford taught me integrity, and it's going to...
Claressa Shields also joined Crawford and his team during the celebration. She enjoyed the lively atmosphere as fans praised Bud for his achievements. Many supporters also recognized Shields and Crawford as two boxing greats who have made a lasting impact on the sport. Stephen A. Smith said he had predicted Crawford to win by decision, but was unsure how he would handle Canelo's pressure. He added that the performance made Crawford's already impressive legacy even stronger and further proved his greatness in boxing.
Watching Canelo, seeing his career, expected he wasn't going to get knocked out, especially by the smaller man. But did Crawford have enough power and boxing skill to beat Canelo to some degree? For the most part, that answer was yes. But then he stepped in there and he exchanged back and forth on several occasions and survived and prospered. And I got to give credit where credit is due. I picked him to win by decision, but I never expected. I expected the boxing superiority. What I didn't expect was for him to stand there.
Andre Ward called it an incredible night for boxing as two elite fighters competed for the win. He said Crawford's strategy and technical skills made the difference and praised Bud for staying sharp and performing at a high level throughout the fight.
Great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great, great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no...
Lennox Lewis had a different take and said Canelo did not look like himself because his body language was negative and his tactics were not working. Lewis added that beating a fighter under those circumstances required something special, and Crawford delivered it.
Champ, this way. Crawford at all time,
Lennox, what are you making it fresh? What he's done is only especially if these simple things. And Crawford is special, and he did it.
Champ, what are you making the frustration? We saw in the 8th round, it looked like Canelo Alvarez almost wanted to walk off at one point.
Yeah, I mean, he was frustrated, and it is frustrating to try and fight a guy, and you want to fight, but this guy's moving well. And
Terence Crawford said fighting Canelo was an unforgettable experience. He added that one of his biggest motivations is proving his doubters wrong and achieving more than fans expect from him.
It was a sense of me doing what I said I was going to do, you know, so it might have been a shock to a lot of people, you know, around, but it wasn't a shock to me.
Crawford also challenged the common belief that Canelo Alvarez is an extremely powerful puncher. He said that once they shared the ring, he did not feel the level of power that many people had claimed Canelo possessed.
I know you walked into the fight knowing you got to be careful moving up 2 weight classes against a dude with his kind of power. But was there a moment in the fight where you felt that at all?
Not at all. Surprised to me, given the fact that, a lot of people say how hard Canelo hit and how strong he is and things like that. And, me going in the ring, I'm expecting this crazy power. I was like, oh, this ain't what everybody say it was, Don't get me wrong, he had power, but it was.
John Ryder said almost nobody expected Crawford to perform at such a high level, but he exceeded all expectations through determination and hard work. Ryder also noted that despite moving up in weight, Crawford continues to show the toughness and skill needed to produce surprising victories.
It was a bit like he didn't look so great, but he's gone up another 2 weights and then gone and beat the pound-for-pound superstar in boxing. And hats off to Terence Crawford. I mean, I get you can't even. Canelo's aging; he's got a lot of miles on the clock, but Crawford is 37 years age. Not so many miles on the clock, but just unbelievable.
Shane Mosley praised Bud as an exceptional boxer and admitted that Crawford proved his doubts wrong. He said that despite Canelo's physical advantages, he never managed to control the fight, while Crawford stayed accurate, composed, and highly skilled throughout the performance.
Good job, man. He proved that he's the pound-for-pound king, and this is his era. And man, he did a number on Canelo. I was for sure that Canelo was too big for him, and because Canelo's very good too as well. But he outboxed him. He stayed really. Like I said, he kept the tempo up pretty high and kept that distance, and he fought just a perfect fight. He fought him, and then he boxed him, and he did whatever he wanted to do, really, seemed like, in there. And, it was an amazing job. I'm hats off to Bud.
Abel Sanchez praised Crawford for controlling the fight from start to finish. He expected Bud to slow down and lose speed after the early rounds, but that never happened. Crawford remained calm and controlled the action throughout the contest. Sanchez said this prevented Canelo from following his own plan and forced him to fight on Crawford's terms.
And then Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is...
Robert Garcia had predicted Crawford to win by decision before the fight. Afterward, he explained that Crawford's style and discipline gave him confidence. Garcia admitted Bud performed even better than expected and called the showing an incredible performance.
Is hungry to make history, to become a legend. Canelo has already accomplished too much, has already done too much, and he wasn't. I don't see that hunger in him anymore. I don't see that those changes anymore. He fights flat-footed, throws 1 punch at a time. He's not fast anymore, and that's why I picked.
Hamza Shiraz had picked Canelo to win, but later admitted his prediction was wrong. He said Crawford looked completely comfortable at 168 pounds and performed better than many experienced super middleweights. Shiraz was especially impressed by how calm and confident Crawford remained throughout the fight.
Props to Crawford. Domination. And that's what it was, wasn't it? It was domination. And he looked comfortable at 168 pounds. Yeah, man. He cemented himself as one of the GOATs in boxing yet last night.
What surprised you the most by Crawford, would you say?
You know what surprised me the most? Him holding his feet and still dominating. Being strong enough to exchange in the clinches, and manhandling Canelo a bit and turning him around like it was nothing.
Canelo Alvarez is now preparing for his return to boxing in Saudi Arabia. After losing to Crawford, he wants to answer his critics and remind fans of his champion status. Canelo believes true greatness is shown by how a fighter responds to defeat, and he plans to use this setback as motivation to improve and return stronger. Although Canelo's next opponent has not been confirmed, yet his return to training has already answered those who believe the Crawford loss marked the end of his career. His decision to prepare for another fight shows that he remains confident, motivated, and determined to achieve more inside the ring. Since returning to training, Canelo has focused on improving his strength and conditioning after the weaknesses exposed by Crawford. His workouts are centered on stamina, endurance, and power. He now understands that natural strength alone is not enough against elite opponents and wants to stay sharp through every round while becoming a stronger and more disciplined fighter.
Y el que baja tu lección. Eso. 3, 4. ¡Vamos! Que se vea la enjundia ahí del video.